Go for it, man. We recording, man. Get it off your
All
chest, Jamal.
right,
You
all
got
right. I'm
listen.
finna
If
get
you
it
got
off.
beef with, hey, look, LeBron. Look, I tried to defend you last episode, but look, you on your own this episode. Get at it.
All right, cool. All right. This is why I say you can't. LeBron not better than Kobe, not better than Mike. First of all, it is nothing about LeBron game that goes, oh man, that was amazing. That's not involving his athleticism. That's first and foremost. It's nothing about his game that you say, "Oh my God, look at that! I can't believe he does that as a basketball player that doesn't involve his athleticism." Maybe he made one or two great fancy passes. Yeah, okay. The thing number two is LeBron has never went against a primed two-way big man and won. Never, not once, ever. Not in the playoff series. Nope, ain't never done it. Kobe, Mike, Mike went against people like Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley. He didn't have to play Hakeem in the postseason, but he went against those type of players. You got Kobe had to go against players like Yao Ming, Dirk.
Wait, I had another
What?
big man, Anthony Davis.
Shut up. But anyway, don't even just chill out, man. You gonna
He's on
okay?
his team. He's on his team. Anthony Davis is rough,
What
man.
for the last 2, 3
Anthony Davis
years?
is an awesome player. Awesome,
But
awesome
he's a
two-way
big, he's
player.
a good back. If you gonna give me Giannis, then you have to give me Anthony Davis. So now I did get the 5. I got the 5. You said name 5 big men. I got there.
Okay, do you think Anthony Davis on the same level as Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Dirk Nowitzki?
Don't matter. You looking at
I'm
their whole
no, no, no.
portfolio.
Don't say
You
don't
looking at their
matter.
whole
I'm
career.
primed out. Is Anthony Davis primed out right now or not?
Man, we ain't gonna say that
Do you do
if
you
he.
consider Anthony
I
Davis
think
primed
I
out?
think I think Anthony Davis is not wanting to be the number one, and Anthony Davis is content with being number two
It's a
for
confusing
the simple fact
question.
to win. You get what I'm
It's
saying?
not
Because
a
like
confusing
He
question.
got
like
the
I
like
think
he
Anthony
got
I
the
Davis
think
is
skills.
primed
He got
out.
the skills. He
I
just don't got the actual
drive
performance.
to do it.
Yeah,
Do you think he's
he
do you
missing
think
that.
Anthony Davis is at the
If you
point
gonna
like
call
this is
somebody
his
soft,
best?
that's who you call soft.
I don't think Anthony Davis is soft. I think he just doesn't have the right guidance. I
You
mean, I just
you
think
called
he ain't got
LeBron
nobody to
soft, and
bring
then you
that.
said I'm not gonna call Anthony Davis soft.
I'm not saying
Jamal.
he's not soft. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
saying he's not soft. I'm
Okay.
saying
All
I'm not
right.
gonna
Fair
call him
enough.
soft because I think if he had better guidance, he wouldn't seem so soft.
Okay. Fair
You
enough.
get what I'm saying? But yeah, you can't compare the guys you named to like Kevin Garnett in Minnesota.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying. You said name 5 good big men. I
But
gave you
those
5
You
good.
guys,
can't even
I gave you 5
compare that
good
to
big men though, right?
Rasheed Wallace. You gave me five.
That was 5
Um,
good big men though, right?
I guess, man. I guess you. I mean, but you got like Charles Barker, Patrick Ewing. I would say everybody you name. I would say Jermaine O'Neal with the Pacers better than all them. I
Better than
mean,
Anthony Davis? Better than Giannis?
he not as athletic as
No, you
Anthony
said
Davis, but
better.
I would take Jermaine O'Neal in his prime with the Pacers
Over
over
who?
Anthony Davis. Over Anthony Davis.
But you just said over everybody. I'm just trying to see if you really
Oh
gonna stick
yeah.
on Giannis and
Oh,
Embiid.
not Embiid. I forgot about Embiid. Not him. But I would take Kevin Garnett over Embiid. I would take Yao Ming over Embiid. I would take Dwight Howard with the Magic over
Wait, so
Embiid.
so you clearly saying that you think Embiid is better than Giannis?
Heck yeah, Embiid is better than Giannis. He's a better shooter. He got better post moves. He got more ways to score.
I wish he would stay alive
He's a
the whole
more
finals, right?
dominant interior player.
I don't
He
think
just
Embiid
needs
is better than Giannis.
Embiid just needs a guard. Embiid just need a guard.
I
Giannis
don't-
don't need a
That's
guard.
it.
Hey,
Giannis don't need a
hey,
guard.
hey,
He needs the guard and
is
a
Ben
big.
Simmons a good big man?
Man, Ben Simmons needs to retire. He needs to be the Ricky Williams of the NBA and retire and just play fucking PlayStation.
I might have had you with Ben Simmons, huh? I could have took out one of them sorry people I picked.
Man, Ben Simmons, how you gonna kill your
I think
own career because you don't want to go in the gym and put up 50 or 60 shots a day? Like, how you gonna kill your own
I
career?
don't know how he could do it just like Kyrie does it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but LeBron, he a good player, man. I mean, I ain't gonna say he's not a bad player, but I'm saying I don't think he's a
No,
better basketball
I don't
player
like
than
that
a
you
lot of people.
discredit him off
I
not playing good big men. That's weird. Why would you do
No,
that?
no. Because I say that because of his game, his style of play.
No, what I'm
His
saying,
style of play is similar to the past greats.
but I'm
Michael
saying,
Jordan,
why have you
you know.
isolated him and put this I'm saying that why can't you just enjoy him for what he is? Why does it have to be? But you haven't done this.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying is he's not better than these players because of this reason.
But that's not fair.
It is fair.
It would hold on. It would be fair if they
I'm gonna ask you a direct question.
exist and he was dodging them, which I don't even know if that's possible. What I'm saying is they don't exist. So how can you hold him against something that don't exist? Through your words, there are no good big men. It ain't like LeBron just went out there and just exterminated all the good big men.
But
So
what I'm telling
so
you
how can
is
you hold it against him?
because the times he actually had to do it, he failed.
That's fine.
2008, Tim Duncan.
It's fine to
playing
fail.
prime-
When he was failing,
Okay.
when he was failing,
2000
when he was failing,
2000
when he was
failing
failing,
what?
when he was failing, was the person succeeding in their prime?
Yes.
Okay, so while he was failing, Kobe was succeeding, and Kobe was in his prime. So isn't that logic?
Okay, well, Kobe was the age he was. Granted, he had Shaquille O'Neal on the team, but Kobe got to the finals and showed up.
Well, I'm just saying that when you're saying while LeBron was failing, while he was losing to Dwight Howard, well, Kobe was beating Dwight Howard because Kobe was in his prime. So isn't that the
Kobe
logic
also
behind?
had help.
But I'm telling you, that's
I'm
one of
not
the
saying he
reasons.
better than. I'm not
That's
saying
one of the
LeBron James
reasons
better than Kobe though.
Kobe is better than LeBron because he went against consistently
Hold
went
on,
against
But no,
big men
I'm
and
putting
won.
the timeline right. I'm saying that Kobe was in his prime before, and that's why while LeBron was getting there, Kobe was already there, so he was beating. And you know what I mean? Like, in that logic, in that why LeBron wasn't ready yet?
So when was LeBron ready?
When
Because
was he
every
in his
time he
prime?
had
He
to,
was in when you say he was in his prime. That whole stint, what he was running up against Golden State, wasn't that technically his prime?
yeah, but Golden State had a ridiculously good team. You ain't finna beat a Steph Curry and a Kevin Durant.
No, I'm not getting at why he wasn't winning. I'm just getting that he didn't face any big men in his prime, right? And I'm saying that they weren't around. Because Giannis was too young at that point, right? Because you giving me credit for Giannis and Embiid, but it wasn't their time. So I'm just saying everything just worked out to where LeBron just when he went against them, he wasn't ready. Then they
He
went
didn't.
extinct, and then it was his time. Big men were extinct. Then you could even argue they not gonna ever come back because now you got I couldn't name five. So when LeBron's out the door, then you the next superstar come up along and you'll say they didn't play any good big men.
But what I'm saying is, the LeBron actually had to play. He lost. Granted,
Yeah.
you saying he wanted his prime. Okay, and
What I'm
now
saying is
what I'm saying is when he did go to the finals, he wouldn't have went if he had to go against Giannis or Embiid. When he was still on the East, if he had to go against Giannis or Embiid, he wouldn't have went to the finals because he would have lost
What
to
kind
either
of
of those
team
guys.
LeBron had
but
though
what
too? What kind of team he
I
gonna
don't want to
have?
hear that team
Man,
LeBron
that team
has
was
crap.
freaking rough. That team was
It
rough.
was rough, but the whole East was a cakewalk. The
but,
whole
but
But
East
it
was a
was
cakewalk
one
until his
man
last
was
2
making
years
it a
in Cleveland.
cakewalk against one man was making a cakewalk out of that whole eastern
he's
side of the world. And if he had a team, he would have did a cakewalk against the western side. Like you can't say that. All right,
You think hold on?
Kobe,
You think
hold
LeBron
on,
would have had a
hold on,
cakewalk
hold on,
against the
hold
West?
on, hold on. Kobe Bryant is my favorite player. You get what I'm saying? And I understand Kobe Bryant could not win if he ain't had Paul Gasol. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody Anthony Davis is LeBron James' best number 2 player. You get me? And the only other one I would say Dwayne Wade and Bosh. Okay,
Kyrie. Oh, okay.
I'm not. We're not gonna give Kyrie all of the credit, but he helped. He helped. Okay, but you get what I'm saying? He helped. But if you think about it, if you would have gave him a Paul Gasol, he would have really destroyed everybody because he needed that on the West. If he had a Paul Gasol, he probably could have beat the Golden State Warriors earlier.
You lucky I don't got a laptop in front of me because I would pull up the playoff pass of LeBron and show you that he
Man,
never
I mean,
went.
you can give
He,
all of that stuff, but I'm just saying he would have had more ammunition. You get me?
the year
He had
he went
really
to the
great
finals.
role players that all knew their roles.
Like 2011.
Okay, the year he finally went to the finals for the first time. Do you know the only reason he went to the finals because the one big
He beat
man
Kevin Garnett.
that he couldn't get past.
He
They
beat Kevin
sent him
Garnett.
to Chicago, and he had to play Chicago. It was Ben Wallace, and he played the Pistons in the conference finals, and they have no interior presence whatsoever. Rasheed Wallace was already dirted out. He old, and that's why LeBron went to the finals. But you see what happened when he got to the finals?
Can I ask you a quick?
4-0.
I'll
He
give.
played horribly, and you're
I'll
gonna
give
say the
him that.
reason he played horribly because he was young. He had been in the league for 4 years, and he young. That's why he
But
plays horribly
this
in the
my thing
finals.
is, you mentioned Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace. I seen Kobe Bryant have horrible fucking games against, excuse the language, have horrible games against them because they would just foul the crap out of Kobe. So Kobe started taking like 60-foot shots and stopped driving in.
Man,
So,
Kobe messed
but
himself
that would
up
be
when he
the
played
only
against them
smart.
guys.
That would be the only smart thing to do. I can't see being a guard having you get fouled on 3 levels, having to go through that.
Okay.
And then they was letting you get fouled too. They was letting those fouls go.
I got a
I'm not
question.
saying LeBron James is not a spectacular player. What I'm saying is he is not a better basketball
No.
player than Kobe Bryant.
I
He
got
is
a,
not
I
a
got
better
a, I got a
basketball
question for
player
you,
than
I
Michael
agree.
Jamal.
Jordan.
I agree.
Where did the big men that you're saying are missing in this league? Where did they go?
Retired.
No, not well. You know what I'm saying.
They
You know
didn't. They
what?
didn't. They don't practice the same because it's
Oh,
not the flashiness.
yeah. What I'm saying now is Embiid is the closest thing to a good 2000s big man.
No, I'm
He is the
saying why are they
closest
so
thing to a
scarce?
2000s big man.
I'm asking what happened. Reason that we're in this situation we're in. Why is it that there are no good big men?
You know what? I help coach an AAU team, and I used to say, well, the reason it's not any good big man because the game is changing and it's more of a
Yeah,
perimeter style of play.
that makes no
But you
sense.
know, I know it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the reason big men are so scarce is because coaches nowadays do not know how to coach big men.
So they
Because
so
the
they don't
coaches,
know
the
how to grow
old
the next one.
yes, old school coaches simply do not know how
All
to
they know is pick
cultivate
and
good
roll
big
now, huh?
men. And that's why you see the best big men usually coming from international play because coaches in America no longer know how to cultivate big men. I don't know if because coaches are retiring. You know, older coaches that had the Tim Duncans and players like
Even
that
that's
came
not
up.
good enough for me, Jamal. Honestly.
I mean, okay, it's like this. If you're, let's say you play ball, Leo. Okay, Leo, you was a guard playing ball. Let's say you started coaching basketball.
Mm.
Can you sit here and tell me that you could cultivate a good back to the basket big man on
Well,
your own?
this is the problems I kind of see. First of all, like at our school, we had people who went off to the NBA, and they weren't as successful as they could have been. Who's a big man? Because when you're a big man in high school, you can be 6'7" and be a big man, but when you get to the league, you have to have the 6'7" makes you a doggone guard. Like you have to have point guard skills. If I had like somebody 6'10" or 6'8", they would always have that back to the basket because you don't have nobody else to challenge. I would just dump it in because like I
Yeah.
see AAU teams with girls they have 6-foot girls who they and the girls be like 6 foot and all the rest of the girls are like 5, 6 or whatever. And all they have to do is throw the ball to her and it's an easy killing spree on it. You don't see that in high school so often because you don't see. Think about it. In the NBA, you have the best of the best. So those big men who are in college, in high school ball playing, they dominate. And when they get to the league, it's like they kind of phase out because they don't do it. And then they have to be able to run. They have to be able to run. It's up tempo. Like they done turned basketball into a college game now in the NBA.
I'm gonna
Like
tell
like
y'all
I
what
know
happened
when
to
I
the
when
big
I
men.
when I first started like going and seeing games on all levels, I used to look at the NBA and it was the slowest pace game. Like you go to like a high school game, it's real fast, back forward. Everybody's playing at 1,000 miles an hour. You go to college, it's more controlled, it's still fast, and the NBA felt so slow. That ain't the case with the NBA anymore. They are up and down, up and down. It's still controlled, but the pace of it is a lot faster.
You want me to
I
tell
couldn't
y'all
see a
what
7 footer
happened to the
keeping up
big
with
men?
it. Okay.
I'm gonna just use. Y'all know I didn't even watch basketball in the '90s, so I'm gonna tell y'all going on. Just using my special
Shaq.
powers of common sense. All right. Everybody wanted to be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was big men. Michael Jordan. They say Steph Curry. No. Just imagine this. When you growing up, either you wanted to be Mike or Kobe, right?
AI.
They transcended
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
other big men before him, and that's what killed them. So if you seven, well, if we gonna call big man 6'9" and up, right?
Mm.
Stretch and say 6'8". You still want to be Mike and Kobe, all right? You don't want to be Hakeem Olajuwon. You don't want to be Dikembe Mutombo and Kevin Garnett. They weren't as popular. You wanted to be Mike. So
Look at this, Eric.
eventually, like you're saying, you had to be international because in America, there was no goal to want to be them. Who wants to be the runner up when you could be like
Look,
Mike?
this is what Shaquille O'Neal said. Shaquille O'Neal said he is the reason why there's no more big men. And he
Okay.
said that because nobody like Kevin Garnett, all those players didn't want to get physical with him down low. So it made the big men. The only way that you can counteract Shaquille O'Neal is you have to still be able to score and pull Shaquille O'Neal
Out
out
the
of the
paint.
doggone the paint. And that's why Dirk. That's why there's a Dirk, and that's why there's a Kevin Durant because there was a Shaquille
Well,
O'Neal who would
that
have
makes
killed
sense
them
for their
down
era, but
low.
I'm saying why
Nah, I would
wouldn't
say
that
that.
makes sense for their era? But I'm saying the confusion reason I asked Jamal is why wouldn't the tall people growing up where you know you finna be 7 feet because you already 6 foot in the sixth grade? Why didn't they have dreams to be a Hakeem?
I'm telling you, I
And I'm
simply
saying
think
that it
it's
must
just
be that everybody
people.
want to be
People
Mike.
can't. I simply think coaches nowadays just cannot coach. But they just do not simply know how to coach. Back to the basket players,
Yeah.
they
You know
just
what it is
simply
too?
do not know how to do it.
But I'm saying like,
Everybody,
what shouldn't isn't that your responsibility to be to mold your own skills anyway? Like, how does that fall on the coach anyway? How come that ain't your
I mean,
responsibility? Because I
you can
wouldn't
have
blame
your own
nobody
skills,
on
but
Ben
it's up
Simmons.
to the coaches to set a foundation and grow that
what,
foundation. No,
what
it's
you
up to
think?
you to have a foundation. It's up to the coaches to grow that foundation. You get what I'm
What I'm
saying?
saying is, who do you blame Ben Simmons' skill on? He doesn't have a jump shot, so who do you blame
I
that on?
blame him not having a jump shot on himself. But I'm pretty sure coaches probably tried to teach him how to shoot. He just probably never just put the work in. Coach is supposed to give you a foundation. I mean, you're supposed to have a foundation, but the coaches are supposed to give you the tools necessary to grow from that foundation you have. If you don't put the work in, that's on you. But they gotta at least guide you to what you need to do. You get what I'm saying?
Jamal, wouldn't you say like game style? Like all right, you play college ball and the use a big at the level that you played at. So you think like the way the coaches, because I don't think they featured you in the offense as much. I think where you played ball, they featured the guards, or the guards had the scoring mentality other than we gonna give you the ball and feed you the ball the whole way through.
Yeah, that was. I think that was just the offense that he ran.
But don't you think that's more of the offenses that happen? Because not everybody can have a big who could dominate. So they put in offenses where it features stronger guards. So it's more of a. I feel like the basketball game is going to be like is evolving into these all LeBron James types because nowadays you're not getting into the NBA unless you're LeBron James size just to look at first, and then all of them got skills as guards to come in. Like that dude who got hit in the face by LeBron was a 6'8" center. You get what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
tonight, he was actually boxed out before he even tried to go around LeBron. If he was a center, that wouldn't quite happen the same way. Like if he was actually playing his size and position, you know?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. All I know is I don't think LeBron is better than those guys.
Oh, I definitely don't think he's better than those guys. I'm
And
you're gonna be
I
Michael
think the state of
Jordan,
the league primes
Kobe.
him to be good as he is. I
Then you
think
can put LeBron.
I think if he had came into the league, let's say 96, 97,
I think he'd have been destroying people still though.
I don't think he would have had any finals wins right now.
He wouldn't have no finals win because they had this guy called Michael Jordan. Or if he came in
If he
'96
came in '96, so like same time as Kobe.
after the Bulls win,
Mhm.
or at the same time, put him on a team in '96.
Let's say, well, who
If
was
he
the
was playing,
losers in?
if he was on Utah Jazz, the Utah Jazz would have beat the
Still
Bulls.
lost.
I think they would have beat the Bulls.
And I'm gonna tell you why they wouldn't have beat the Bulls. Well, hold on. 98 Bulls, maybe. Not
No, I'm
97
saying
Bulls.
97 Bulls, they gave me a little scare. Okay. I think, and Michael Jordan, even in the last dance, he laughed at Gary Payton and them because he was like, Gary Payton could guard me because, is a small guard. But because they had a LeBron James and Sean Kemp. Okay.
Don't disrespect LeBron James like that.
Man, Sean Kemp was a beast, man.
The closest thing to LeBron James and Michael area is Scottie Pippen.
No, I'm saying Scottie Pippen is, but Sean Kemp could shoot and he could jump. Okay? Sean Kemp could shoot. When he stopped being able to jump, he could still shoot.
Sean Kemp could shoot?
Yes.
I'm about to go back and double check.
That's why he stayed in the league.
Jump shots.
That's what, man. And then that's what they were doing back then was jump shots. So just imagine that they made him, Sean Kemp, shoot threes.
But LeBron wouldn't have been on a Jazz team. He would have been on
I'm just saying, I'm giving the best team that LeBron James could have been on.
He would have been on the Heat or...
The Heat would have beat the Bulls.
You think so? With Tim Hardaway
you would get rid of Dan Marley or whoever that was on the Heat team. You would take out that guard.
Yeah, I don't think you can because you still got to take into account
if you take out their small forward.
LeBron. A healthy Scottie Pippen is guarding LeBron. You can't just give LeBron that like he used to.
I still see Scottie Pippen getting pushed out the way.
No, you don't. There's no way. There's no way you can believe that.
I can see Scottie Pippen getting pushed out the way.
By high school LeBron.
Huh?
By high school LeBron.
Well, LeBron is a freaking nature, but Scottie Pippen, he moved his feet well. I mean, that's why I say.
Did.
And LeBron is not I'm finna cross you up player.
He's not. He was I'm gonna go over top of you player.
He probably would have had 3 offensive fouls every game against Scottie Pippen.
He would have. But some of those have been some nasty dunks. I'm glad Scottie Pippen had to go through that.
I'm glad LeBron don't have to go through these guys. He would have lost a lot of confidence. You see how much confidence he lost in 2008?
It's so hard to say because Scottie. All right, high schools. LeBron James versus prime Scottie Pippen is rough on LeBron James high school. But prime LeBron, Scottie Pippen, I give that prime to LeBron.
On which end of the floor? You don't.
So you saying
you don't think a prime Scottie Pippen will?
I think a prime Scottie Pippen will still have a
prime LeBron.
I think he would have a hard time. It wouldn't be easy on him.
Why? Why do you think
that? It's just his size, man.
How do you see LeBron attacking Scottie Pippen?
LeBron James can shoot over. He can actually shoot over. He can shoot over Scottie Pippen.
They're the same height, Leo. Why do you think he can just shoot over Scottie Pippen?
His vertical.
Isn't Scottie
Pippen had that vertical? Yeah,
Scottie. He had no 50-inch vertical though.
He was a 35, 36 vertical. And
that's
LeBron
still a
James
foot.
is not.
That's
LeBron,
still a foot over.
No jump shooters jumps they full vert on the jump shot either, yo. But a defender usually jumps higher than the offensive player that's taking the jump shot.
I give you this: LeBron James didn't have a fadeaway to get away from Scottie Pippen's length, because that's the reason why Michael Jordan's fadeaway was so deadly. Is he had the best big guard guarding him, so he had the range to get away from that. But I'm just saying, it's rough. Like I haven't seen. You can name the best offensive person that Scottie Pippen had a guard.
Probably Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson is not even an offensive player.
Why do you think that?
Because he's going to pass first.
Well, then we can say the same about LeBron then.
I know that I would call LeBron a pass first person. So who is the best person that's an offensive minded person that Scottie Pippen had to break down and stop? He didn't have anybody like that to stop. He didn't have. That's the same thing that Gilbert Arenas is saying. Dennis Rodman would have a hard time stopping LeBron James.
Dennis Rodman was roughing up with Shaq. You think he got a problem? He gonna have a problem against LeBron?
It's not the same thing though. It's not. Dennis Rodman is not having to. Shaq is setting his body in one spot, and Dennis Rodman is using his lower body to kind of throw Shaq off and move him out the way. He's not having to run the floor with a person like that. Because the in that case, then that's the closest Dennis Rodman had to deal with that was Michael Jordan. And then Michael Jordan didn't have the weight to push Dennis Rodman out the way. LeBron James has the weight to push Dennis Rodman out the way.
I understand where you're coming from, but you got to take into account the simple fact that LeBron got to guard this person too. And Scottie Pippen is not no cakewalk to guard.
I definitely get you that Scottie Pippen is not a cakewalk to guard.
And Scottie Pippen was a floor runner and a facilitator.
Yeah,
and
he was. He was.
You know, so
but
you got to think of it the same way.
LeBron James pinning
and we know
Pippen's
LeBron has
ball
never
on the,
LeBron
against
has
the
never
glass.
been we know LeBron's never been no defender like that. And I can see Scottie Pippen dunking
I'm
on
saying,
LeBron.
but I can see that too. I can see that too. Those are both possibilities. But Scottie Pippen wouldn't like that. Scottie Pippen would not like that fight. Just like Michael Jordan wouldn't like that against
You
LeBron.
talking about the dude that got tackled out of the air and got up like nothing happened, wouldn't want that fight, wouldn't like that fight. You really think that this guy that went against the bad boy Pistons where they was fouling the shit out of him all game?
I'm saying those aren't the same kind of player guards. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna say we're gonna give you to play you the 10 points to win, I get you that LeBron James will beat Scottie Pippen first to 10 out of making 10 points before Scottie Pippen would beat LeBron.
I don't know where. I mean, okay, I'll break it.
We giving them prime. We giving them prime. They prime.
Okay,
so we giving 90, 98, 97 Scottie Pippen versus.
Scottie Pippen was primed out in 93. 93,
no,
94.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't. Scottie Pippen was injury
Pippen
missed in 97 and 98. He didn't even play a lot of 98 because of injury. Remember?
Let's give him 97. Let's give him 97. Let's give him 97.
Prime Scottie Pippen. Let's say
prime Scottie Pippen is 97.
95.
Hell, because I can't give you that either.
He came into the league in 89, right?
You know what the problem is, and this is why Scottie Pippen don't get as much respect. We didn't get to see any Scottie Pippen in 95 or the 94 Scottie Pippen. You get me? Like because he didn't get to take the big shots. He was just being MVP and not getting MVP credit. Okay? So that's why I couldn't even give that Scott, because I seen Scottie Pippen in 96, 97, 98. You get me? So that's why I'm calling him, because and prime don't necessarily be like your body's potential. You get me on that? Prime, he was the smartest he could be, and his body was still up to par. Because Scottie Pippen, like in 98 or whatever, he had the back issues with the Blazers. Because Scottie Pippen couldn't run after nobody in 98. Like Kobe Bryant was giving Scottie Pippen a hard time, okay, in 2000. So LeBron James running around and shooting and dunking. Damn, Jamal, we didn't lose Jamal.
I tell you one thing. I don't know whether we lost him or not, but we know he lost his mind. Oh, he's back on the PlayStation. Leo. I wanted to ask who y'all think will win that same Bulls team versus the Warriors.
Bulls. I get the Bulls.
My phone went dead.
Oh, okay. What you doing now?
Oh, well, I was finna get on Leo. What was I finna get on you about?
Nothing. You had nothing to get on to me. Scottie Pippen beating LeBron James in the first attempt.
Let's break it down by skill.
Mm-hmm.
Who shoots better?
LeBron.
Okay. Who has better ball handling?
LeBron.
What are you basing it on?
He can dribble.
His ability to get to the ring.
Are you saying Scottie Pippen can't dribble?
I'm not saying Scottie Pippen can dribble. I just think LeBron James got more in his, as they call, in his bag than Scottie Pippen.
Where?
Like, so hold on. This is where, when you start taking in the shooting, like the step backs that he does in ball handling skills, like LeBron James practice dribble, get out the way, shoot. That's like footwork and that's in dribbles. I'll give you that. Okay, that he would beat his handle is better than Scottie Pippen. Like I never seen Scottie Pippen cross anybody up. Scottie Pippen was I steal the ball and I run to the hole. Have you seen that? We
So
lost Eric.
okay, so
Not yet.
I mean,
I
don't
haven't
know.
seen Scottie Pippen say I'm gonna do a dribble move to beat somebody. Scottie Pippen is gonna go hard to the hole, layup don't.
And is that not what LeBron does?
I'm saying, but he got a little bit more than Scottie Pippen.
What?
And
What does he have more
he's
than?
gonna have a little bit more than Scottie Pippen because he learned all the stuff from Scottie Pippen.
You look, you're not gonna see LeBron have no kind of crossover. What is it? It's LeBron is I'm gonna move the ball from my right hand to my left hand, and I'm gonna go that way.
Look, I think
And
LeBron being a
if,
left-handed player
and
has
if
a
I go
stronger dribble
if I go
than a
left,
right-handed
then
player.
if I go
He,
left, I'm gonna shoot it. If I go right, I'm probably gonna try to go all the way.
LeBron James can shoot with both hands.
He can. What I'm saying is, if he go left, most of the time he gonna shoot it.
He can shoot with both hands. That's rough. That's rough for even Scottie Pippen to have to deal with. Just think about how rough that is. If he could actually mid-air switch shooting styles on you.
These young cats, man, you just gotta go back and watch.
I'm just saying. Jamal. I watched so much more basketball than you in the
We
'90s.
gotta go back and see. That's the thing. Like people, like they say these things about LeBron, and I'll be like, "Hey, let's go
But
watch.
I'm
Let's
just
go watch
saying.
a couple games." And
I
then
would
it's
just.
like,
I would.
"Hey, you may be right."
I can't see Scottie Pippen have. What else? What else you want to go on? Because I gave him shooting. I gave him dribbling.
I want to hear about the defense.
Okay, who has better defense? If you say LeBron, the conversation is over because you're delusional.
No, I'll give you Scotty. I'll give you Scotty.
Okay,
But I also give you Scotty's defenses because in the system that Scottie Pippen is in.
who's a better team defense player?
You would give Scott. I would give you Scottie Pippen defense all day. I'll give you that. But I also know that LeBron James got defense when he want to have defense, when he need to have it. That chase down block is ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's once or twice.
He has a lot of chase down. He has
That's
a lot of chase
I
down
know, but
blocks.
that's like 1 or 2 blocks every 3 or 4 games, maybe.
Scottie Pippen did more blocking. Scottie Pippen did a lot of help side defensive blocks and in your face blocks. I can give you that. But if you so far we got we got defense, Scottie Pippen. I got shooting and dribbling LeBron. All right. What else we got?
Playmaking.
LeBron.
based on what?
Finishing.
Get a lot of
LeBron.
assists.
LeBron finishing.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron is Scottie
I
Pippen
think your
times
answer
3.
there. I think that's your answer there, Jamal.
I mean,
LeBron James is Scottie Pippen part 2000.
Yeah.
And the reason this is the problem with basketball people. Like I understand basketball to say you can't judge Michael Jordan and LeBron, and you can't judge Michael Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, or you can't judge Kobe and LeBron. Yeah. But what you can do is judge Scottie Pippen and LeBron James because they play the same position.
Yeah.
And the problem is with Scottie Pippen showed all of his moves, and LeBron James didn't have nothing to do but learn all of those moves and then some. So the classic is a classic nonetheless. Like I like Scottie Pippen just as much, okay, but LeBron James. Like I'm a Kobe fan, and I just see LeBron James as what LeBron James is.
I understand that, but it's like this. When I watch somebody like Scottie Pippen and Kobe and LeBron play, if I watch all 3 of those players play, ball handling, I'm gonna get a Kobe. Shot making, I'm gonna get a Kobe. Meaning, who has a better jump shot? I'm gonna say Kobe. Who attacks the basket better? Kobe.
Kobe, though.
Who has better footwork? Kobe. Who passes better? Kobe.
Brian.
LeBron passes more. Kobe, I would think, passes better. Kobe
Kobe
did
had
not.
Shaq.
Kobe,
Had Shaq
Kobe
to pass the
wasn't.
ball to.
Kobe wasn't pass first. But what I'm saying is, if you go watch Kobe play, and if it's a
Yeah,
game where
Kobe has some nasty passes.
you know what I'm saying, if you go watch him play, you watch the games where he actually facilitated the ball decently. Kobe was a great passer. Nigga just didn't have nobody to pass to a lot of times.
No, he was a great passer, and this is my boy. Kobe Bryant would pass you the ball and be like, "Pass the damn ball back to me."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
If I pass you the ball, you pass it back to me. I'm cutting.
Kobe, in my opinion, and Mike made the players around them better. LeBron, when players listen to me, when players leave LeBron, they are shells of them former selves.
So that shows you how good LeBron is, though.
No, that shows you that he's
They
not
didn't grow. They didn't
better.
grow. He didn't grow as a player.
When players leave Kobe, they are better. When players leave fucking
D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell was better.
Hold on. No, you can't say that. When players leave Kobe Bryant, what is it? Lamar Odom did not get better. He got worse.
Lamar Odom was drugged out, though.
Lamar Odom he started using drugs because he wasn't next to Kobe anymore. Kobe would have beat the hell out of him. He's like, why the hell are you catching my ball like I told you to catch the ball?
Okay, like Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol was a good player before he got to the Lakers. When Paul Gasol got to the Lakers, he became a freaking superstar.
He was a good player before he was
a good player at the Grizzlies, but when he came to the Lakers and played with Kobe, he became a really, really great player.
Mm-hmm.
And when he left Kobe, he was still a really, really great player. Andre Bynum wouldn't have been nothing if he didn't play on a Kobe team.
He would have. He was a big man. The problem with him is he kept getting hurt and kept doing stupid stuff, and he grew out that afro. That's the only problem he had.
His injuries killed his career. But what I'm saying is, people like LeBron does not make players better. People stop playing with LeBron and they fucking career be over with because he kills players.
Hold on. Kuzma going off right now, y'all. I'm sorry, Kuzma.
Does Steph Curry make players around him better?
I had to look into that a little bit more.
You make Klay Thompson better.
His
presence make you score. So now you look better.
Yeah, but if you take Draymond Green into account, that answer is yes, he does, because we all seen what Draymond Green is without Steph.
Oh,
nothing.
Yeah. What they triple single.
Triple single. Yeah. But man, LeBron good, but it's like they say, he got a little bit of everything. He's the best all-around basketball player.
Jack of all trades.
This is my next thing when we get our next LeBron.
He doesn't do any one thing better than Kobe or Mike.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think nobody would debate that.
All of the things good, but he doesn't.
That's all you need.
That's what makes him amazing. I'm finna throw some gaming on you. That's what makes Ryu such a hard character to beat. He just got a little of everything. He don't got the best version of nothing.
Well, he don't win a lot of tournaments.
He do with the right player. Because if we're going to switch it to that, people try to gimmick their way through a fighting game. So a solid player with fundamentals can take Ryu and beat everybody on the game.
Not in Street Fighter 5, guys. Don't listen. He's not talking about Street Fighter 5.
I'm not talking about Street Fighter.
Don't pick Ryu.
I don't know nothing about Street Fighter 5.
Get Molly Wop to the next tournament and go back and hate on Shredder.
I don't know nothing about it.
Hey, Shredder told me to.
Are you sure?
I say I don't know nothing about Street Fighter 5, so I won't even stand up to that debate. But in Street Fighter 4, jack of all trades, and that's I always consider LeBron the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of everything makes you basically perfect.
Yeah, but that's my argument. It's like people say, "Oh, LeBron, he got all these stats and he's doing all this, so he's better than such and such," and I'll be like,
"You know what we need? We need a real LeBron James fan going against Jamal."
But what I'm saying is, each individual skill LeBron is not better than the great players that have come through. That's what I'm saying. You You can't say LeBron passes better than Magic
Yeah,
Johnson.
most people don't really.
You can't say LeBron scores better than Magic. You
I,
can't. You can't say that.
I didn't think
But you
people were
can say
saying that
Michael
he's
Jordan.
better than everybody. I think they just like he's just like
A freak of
I
nature.
was gonna say greatest of all time, but that's Shannon Sharp. Just like by being good at everything, that's just what makes you that good. It like you don't have to be the best 3-point shooter, but just be average 3-point shooter, a good finisher, good defense, good court vision.
I think he above
It
average,
just
a
make
little
you.
above average on
Let me
everything.
say this to you, Jamal, and I'm finna and I like how you got the RoboCop thing going, where it's just the bottom of your face showing. But check this out: any team you put LeBron James on, everybody already considering that a playoff team, and you already considering is that team gonna be in the conference finals. Just him on the team alone. I don't know no basketball. Is anybody play? Is any other player like that where it don't matter what team they own? Like in history, they've already just considered that okay, that's already a playoff team and a conference final team or a title favorite.
They don't think like that about LeBron. They only think that way when he gets a second and third star. Nobody
Nah,
ever.
there was a
Nobody ever
playoff
talks
team.
about LeBron.
Hold on, Jamal.
Every
Jamal, there
team
was a
he's
play. The
thrown,
That's
he
not
had
Lakers when
true.
LeBron
stars.
got
That's
there.
not true.
When Lakers got LeBron that first year, they was a playoff team. Had not he had the growing injury, they would have been at least a 2 seed in the West. Because they was a 1 seed when he was playing,
Hmm.
and they dropped out of the playoffs with him not playing.
Okay, go back and look at that year. He wasn't the only notable injury.
But I'm saying, hold on. Take LeBron James off this current Lakers team. We don't have to time travel. We ain't King the Conqueror. Look, if you take LeBron James off this Laker team, is there any reason to mention in it? You talking about it just like you talk about it as much as you talk about the Pelicans.
I mean, yeah,
That's
we'll
how
be
sorry
talking
the
about it
team is.
if you
But
take
because
LeBron out.
LeBron James is on it, you're like they still
They
probably
should
they still
this Lakers
expected to
team
come
should be
out the
doing
West,
more.
Are we
This
still
Lakers
gonna
team
leave
should be doing
Westbrook,
more.
Anthony Davis, and Carmelo?
huh?
Are we gonna
Yeah, we
leave
leave them on there,
Westbrook?
but they should still be doing
Okay,
more.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
we
that's what I'm
still gonna
saying.
talk about the Lakers just as much.
It's the Pelicans.
Tell me what team you talk about that LeBron was on that he didn't have 2 stars.
What?
Tell me a
That,
team that
the
LeBron was on that didn't become like that of note until he got another 2 stars.
those Cleveland teams.
Yeah, he ain't been on
The
but so
first
many
one,
teams. He ain't
the
been on
first
but
one.
so
Hold
many
on, hold
teams.
on. I mean, hold on. The first one he had Larry Hughes, Antoine Walker.
Those are stars.
No, no,
At
no.
the time when the teams they would come from, they would consider stars. Go
Where's
back and
the
look
end
up
button? I'm gonna hit
MJ.
end.
Okay, the only Cleveland team you can say is the one we had Mo Williams and a bunch of old players, and we had
Larry
like
Hughes.
Danielle Marshall.
They had Larry Hughes wasn't even Larry Hughes anymore
Okay, that's the
when
only
he was
thing I'm
playing
saying.
when he was playing that.
When people play with LeBron, they become shells of them former selves.
And then hold
Look
on,
at
you can't
Kevin
even
Love.
say
Look
that.
at
You can't
Kevin
even say
Love.
that with that first team because that first Cavs team or whatever, they had to get those guys out of there because they couldn't play. They wasn't they was saying that they was the alpha and they couldn't have you can't have that many alphas thinking they alphas on that one team when they not the alphas.
Hold on,
You get
time
what I'm
out.
saying?
Hold on. What you're not gonna do? I'm finna Kevin Samuels you real quick. What you're not gonna do is invalidate my argument of saying that the entire East was a cupcake by saying that LeBron made it a cupcake, and then make the argument that the only reason he lost in the final is
I
because
didn't
his
ever say
team was
that.
bad. You did. You said LeBron cupcaked the East, making it meaning that because LeBron was playing in the East, he ran through the people in the playoffs. That's what you said.
He did run through them though.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna make that argument,
He
I don't
ran
want to hear
through
your
them.
excuses when he get to the
He ran
finals.
through them. That Cleveland team, he ran through them in that Cleveland
Okay,
team.
so was the East weak or not?
The East has been weak since Michael Jordan left.
Okay, so if the East was weak, why are you giving him running through the East any props when he get to the finals and get swept?
By a strong Western team
That's the
who
first team. That's what I'm telling you.
has
I
like
had to look at the team.
4 Hall of Famers on it.
Nobody ever. They were a great coach team. Tim
4
Duncan
Hall of Famers.
awesome. What? Just okay. Kobe beat that team.
He had a little bit more help, and
Yeah,
Kobe, my
Shaq.
boy,
Yeah, and then they end up beating him and Shaq. What I'm saying is, do you
they beat
say
him and
the
Shaq.
East? Do you think the East? Do you think the East was a cupcake or not?
When LeBron was in the East.
Wait, do you think when LeBron was in the East? I personally think the only reason LeBron left the East because it started getting strong.
No, he didn't do that for that.
Yes, he did. I think he did.
He did that for the $1 billion businesses that he
Yeah.
got going on in the West.
I agree with Leo, but hold on.
Man.
The East ain't getting strong, bro. The East ain't getting
Yeah.
strong at all. They so sorry.
The West is still strong. The West is ridiculous. You go look through the teams on the West, it's like 10 playoff teams easily that are going through it. That's why they started doing the doggone the whatever they is, the play-in games.
Outside of the
That's how strong
Nets,
the West is.
outside of the Nets, hoping that Kyrie comes back, the East is still sorry.
Okay, you got the Sixers, Celtics.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
They sorry without Ben Simmons.
The Bucks, Nets.
The Bucks are sorry, but I'm gonna say that that's a good team.
Who does Kyle Lowry play for?
He played for the Heat now.
The Miami Heat, they sorry.
The Heat.
They
Okay.
sorry.
So y'all are saying all these teams sorry, right?
Yeah, I am.
And compared to the West.
Yeah.
Do you think these teams are better than the teams when LeBron was coming through the East? Because all you had back when he was coming up was the fucking Pistons. Because Shaq was already, his knees was bad when he was with the Heat. So
Hey,
who
look,
else
I
was-
missed
so who
that
else
era,
was
but
he
weren't the
playing?
Bulls good? I missed that era, but weren't Derrick Rose?
The
Bulls
Bulls
were good.
The Bulls
Bulls
didn't
were
get
good.
good until the same year LeBron
No, they
got
had Derrick Rose. They had Derrick Rose, and that's when they were
Listen to me.
good.
They got good the same year LeBron went to the Heat. Because they had the #1 record. And the only reason they beat the Bulls because Dwayne Wade and LeBron double teamed Derrick Rose the whole series.
Yeah. Okay.
And the only reason the Bulls were good was because of Derrick Rose. He didn't have nobody else. Who do you have? Fucking Joking Noah.
He had the
nobody
white
else.
guy. What's the white guy name?
I know you're talking about Kyle Hinkrick or something like that.
No, it's not that. It's
I
that's
know
not
you're
the
talking
name.
about. But yeah, like I said,
He
didn't have
was a
nobody.
good shooting guard. He was a good shooting guard.
Oh, Nocioni.
No, not at all.
Andre Nocioni.
No, his name is like
Exactly. You can't remember him. That's what I'm telling you.
he was good though. He was good.
The East was always a cupcake. The year he went to the finals when his whole
So
team.
you're
was hurt.
saying
Wait a
the
minute.
East is a cupcake now.
Wait a minute. So
I'm saying
but you discrediting the Orlando Magic. Because that's a team that actually beat them.
When he played the Orlando Magic, he lost.
Yeah, that's a team that
That's
was a very good team.
That was the only decent team.
Yeah, so we're not counting the Boston Celtics.
What about the Boston Celtics?
You're not counting the Boston
KG was
Celtics?
out.
Huh?
KG was out. KG was out for the season with a knee injury.
What about the Miami Heat?
Miami Heat didn't have nobody but Dwayne Wade. There was nobody. LeBron had the #1 record in the league. That's what I'm saying. You either got to say that LeBron James is great.
But I'm saying, compare
And the
those
reason he
teams to
went-
what's in the East now. The East is still sorry.
No, the East is the East. I ain't gonna say they're good, but the East.
No,
I wouldn't say they're good
the
either.
East was good when they had Leonard. When they had Leonard, that's when the East was strong again.
If
The East has 5 solid teams. Would you disagree?
no, they don't have a one solid team, and that solid team, the stars don't even come to play. They got one team.
No, they got
The
one
Bucks are a
star-studded
good
team.
season team, and they're a terrible playoff team. So let's not count them at all. The only good team they got is the Brooklyn Nets, and that's us assuming that would be a good team if they actually played. Every
You
other
basing
East,
that on because the team is star-studded. The East has 5 solid
the
teams.
76ers lost last year to the Hawks.
Okay, that was a solid team. Joel Embiid was
The
hurt,
76ers
and
lost to the
Simmons
Hawks.
They lost to the Hawks not because of lack of talent. They lost to the Hawks because of terrible coaching.
Because they sorry.
Terrible coaching. They need to fire Doc Rivers ASAP. Doc Rivers need to be fired ASAP. Need to go get a young.
Look, I'll say the same thing about the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics should be a good team. They just sorry.
They had injuries last year too in the
I
playoffs.
get last year, but I'm saying that's been a good team. They just sorry.
Who you got to look at who they've been losing to.
They they've been
Our
losing.
teams.
Sorry teams. They've been sorry. Like
Who
the
who
Toronto
They've been
Raptors
losing
out
against teams
naming
in the
the
East. They've
Toronto
been losing.
Raptors. That was a good team. That was a
okay, and then they
that was
beat
a
the
good
Celtics.
team, huh?
Then they beat the Celtics.
Did they
The
beat
year
the
they had
Celtics?
Kawhi. Who beat the Celtics the year that Kawhi was or did they not go to the playoffs that
I,
year?
I
I can't
I
remember.
I feel like the Bucks beat the Celtics that year.
Okay, you don't think the Bucks is a good team?
No, they not a good
The,
playoff team.
the, you
They
may,
not
I'm
they a
not talking
good
about it. You say you
they a
got a
good
good
team.
team
They
when
just
you don't.
perform very terrible in the playoffs, and that's all people care about is the playoffs. They don't care about the season. They a real good season team. They just a terrible playoff team.
So are they a good team or not?
They not.
To
That's why I
make
say
to
don't
make,
count them.
hold on. Let's define what a good team is. A
Yeah,
good
let's
team is
define what a
being
good team is.
top 4 in the East. So they would be a good team in the East.
I'm
But you put
saying
that good team in the East, in the West, they would be struggling
I'm
because
telling
you
you.
have to play more Western teams when you're on the West side.
Okay, and what
Let's
Gio is
rewind. These
saying is
teams
what I have
play terrible in the
argued.
playoffs. So they good teams, but then they get discredited by their playoff performance. The 76ers are a sorry team because of it, and the Bucks are a sorry team because of it. They potentially are a good team, but who cares when they? You can't compare them to the West because they play so sorry in the playoffs.
Okay, and that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. The reason LeBron was as successful as he was because he played in the East all those
You'll
years.
be
If you put
successful in the West.
if you put
Hold
LeBron in the
on.
West,
We are
if you
saying
put him
that
in the West, you
LeBron
think
was
he can do
good
what
because
LeBron?
he was on a sorry team himself.
Okay, and he would get in the playoffs, and when he would go against the one or second good team in the East, he would lose. This only stopped when he got on the Heat. When he left the Heat and went back to Cleveland, he was still like hold on, what's the word I'm trying to think? He was still not of note. We're gonna say that. He was still not of note until he went and got Kevin Love. So he could have two all-stars. So you had LeBron,
I forgot about
Kyrie,
Kevin Love on the team.
okay, that's what I'm telling you. LeBron James was in the weak conference, the East. Y'all just want to say this East, no good teams. Okay. He
You know
went to
what
the
though?
finals, went to the finals 9 straight times in the East. Out of those
Kemba
finals, how
Walker,
many times did he
Jalen
win?
Rose, Jalen Brown, and Jason Tatum should be a good team. There's
The
three All
Celtics are a
Stars.
good team.
In that three All Stars, and the Celtics still suck.
I say the Celtics are a good team. I mean,
I
okay,
agree. They're a good team. They
the
just suck.
Celtics
That's
are
what
a
I'm
good
saying.
team.
That's why I say the East is weak. You got good teams and they suck.
Okay, if the East is weak, why are y'all saying LeBron James is so great? If this is where he
Because
has been playing forever?
all the even the team he is on all the teams are sorry. It's just he consistently. What was that dude?
His teams aren't sorry. His teams are the
His
ones that loaded.
his teams are even sorry too. No, even his team is sorry. What's the dude?
Kevin Love is a
He
good
on the
player.
he just went to the Bulls. He was on the Spurs. Keep always brace his hair to the side.
DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan. Well, I always talk about how you just can't
Yeah,
beat him. You just can't beat LeBron. All the teams on the East were
yeah.
sorry. You can't beat LeBron. You play
Okay,
2K.
and
You play
when
2K.
LeBron got to the finals,
Huh?
let's look at LeBron's finals wins. First finals wins was against who?
The
Because
Spurs.
everybody always say, look, Michael Jordan had a cakewalk in the finals. LeBron first finals win was against who?
The Spurs.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, the
Kevin
Thunder.
Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden.
That's a good
Young
team.
players. Young players.
That's a good team
Very
though.
young players. Terrible coach, young players.
Good team though.
Won. It wasn't a good team.
That was a good team.
That was
Why
a
do you
great
think it's a
team
good team? Because they made it out of the West?
because
No,
it got Kevin Durant on it. It
yeah,
got
it got
James
Kevin.
Harden on it, and it got Russell
Hey,
Westbrook
because
on
I was
it.
gonna say it
Okay.
got three All Stars on it. Hey, because it got
Okay.
three All Stars on it. That's
Okay,
why.
okay, and they would have won that game. They would have won that series if they had a better coach. The coach was not starting James Harden. He was not playing the right big man, and he was not playing Ibaka right. Plus, all those guys were young. So if y'all gonna use the whole LeBron won in his prime when he went against the Spurs in 2008, I need y'all to use that same. They weren't in their prime when they went against LeBron in 2012.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say Oklahoma City made it to the finals, but we all
You
know
know,
they shouldn't have
Oklahoma
been there.
City beat the doggone Lakers to get there.
Yeah, and that's why I say after 2010, Kobe was
They
not the
beat
same player.
they beat the Lakers to get there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was LeBron's first finals win. Okay.
So
Who
that
did
was
he
a good
play?
team. That was a
Who
good
did he
team.
play when he
That was a
started?
good team.
Okay, when he started his final streaks. When he started his final streak, meaning like 9 straight finals. The
Mm.
first time he went to the finals on that streak, who did he play?
What? If it ain't Oklahoma, it got to be the Spurs, right?
The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, the Dallas
Lost to
Mavericks.
Dirk.
Mm.
What other superstar was on the team other than Dirk?
Terry the Jet.
Like I said, nobody. LeBron lost. Next year he beat the Thunder. The year after that, played the Spurs. He won, right? Because he won 2 in a row. He beat the Thunder and then he beat the Spurs. Okay, let's look at that. Oh, in the year he beat the Thunder, that was the lockout season year. So it wasn't even full season. That was his first win. Lockout season, not even full season. He won. Okay, cool. Next year, he beat the Spurs, barely. He had Hall of Famers. He had Ray Allen, all we know about the jump shot and all that. That year he beat the Spurs was Tim Duncan's worst statistical year. Okay, that's his
I don't
first
got
two
that about
final
that.
wins. The next one was against the Spurs. He lost horribly. I think they won 2 games, right?
Yo.
Okay. After that year, isn't that the year he went back to Cleveland?
Yeah.
Okay, he went back to Cleveland. Okay, Cleveland had a bad record. He get on the team with Kyrie. They draft Andrew Wiggins. LeBron don't want to play with Andrew Wiggins. Tell them, hey, I need a star. Know why he need a star? Because he knew he can't do it on his own. Went got Kevin Love. Boom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Love get hurt. Kyrie get hurt. Go to the finals, lose to the Warriors. Right?
Yeah.
Come back the next year, beat the Warriors. Okay, let's dissect that win. He's down 3-1. Draymond Green gets suspended because of his complaint. He won it. He won it. Okay. What I'm saying is, can you remember anybody that he played on the East in them years that was worth playing? Celtics old as dirt. The Pacers, they had Roy Hibbert as their big man. Terrible.
I didn't watch the East.
He wasn't playing nobody.
But the Celtics took them 7 games in one of them years though, huh?
They did.
When they had Kyrie on the team, but he didn't play. They took them 7 games, huh? I guess that's the year Kyrie left, huh?
Kyrie didn't play for the Celtics.
He was on the Celtics team. He was injured, and the Boston Celtics without Kyrie took him 7 games.
Yeah, that was the year. I don't think everybody was hurt with LeBron. Kevin Love and Kyrie was hurt.
Yeah.
But you said the Celtics not a good team, so why does that win don't even matter?
No. I mean, I'm saying
You said
I don't think nobody on the East is good. I was including the Cavaliers in that by saying nobody's good.
Okay, good. So,
none of them are good.
Okay, so how can these LeBron fanatics gloat, that's the word. Gloat about 9 straight finals and then at the same time acknowledge that the East was a cupcake. That don't mean shit. Who couldn't if you take LeBron and put him in the West and take any team from the West and put them on the East on his 9 streak, you say those teams don't go to 9 straight finals? Can you honestly say the Spurs wouldn't have went to 9 straight finals? Can you honestly say the Lakers wouldn't have went to 9 straight finals? Can you honestly say the Nuggets wouldn't have went to 9 straight finals? The Rockets wouldn't have went to 9 straight finals? What team in the East that was a playoff team that wouldn't have went to 9 straight finals in the East? Who wouldn't have went 9 straight finals in the East? Who wouldn't have? Give me a playoff team, a consistent playoff team from the West that would not have went 9 straight finals.
Well, I'm going to debate it like this.
No.
I'm going to debate it like this. I'm not saying that the I feel like the Cavaliers are also sorry. That's why I keep saying that LeBron carried them.
That's what I'm saying. So
you could equivalate, any team on the West would make it, but if you took, you can't just put any person off the West and replace him with LeBron and put him on the Cavaliers and they make it. You see what I'm getting at? You talking about the teams because I feel like the teams on the West are better. So when you shift the whole team, yes, you have a team that dominates the East. But what I'm saying is, it's still we talking about LeBron himself. Saying if you replace who's good on the West, well, I can't think of nobody on the West, but replace LeBron with one player that you feel like was dominating, and I don't think to your boy Kobe. You replace LeBron with Kobe. You say Kobe makes it to the finals 9 times in a row.
Definitely, yes. I mean, you gotta look at Kobe, who he lost to in the playoffs when he was going with that terrible Lakers team.
Yeah,
He lost to the Suns. I mean, great team.
yeah.
I mean, he wasn't losing to like the Suns were a deep playoff team. He wasn't losing to like teams that weren't deep playoff teams. LeBron wasn't beating, and he went to 9 straight finals, and you can't tell me one team he beat that was a good team.
So when the Magic beat the Cavaliers, what happened to the Magic after that? Reason they didn't come back.
They lost to the Celtics the next year.
Hmm.
LeBron never had to play them.
Hmm.
But what I'm trying to say is, I don't hold as much weight on the whole LeBron statistical greatness or whatever because of the competition he had to go through. I know that 9 straight finals years. If you put him in the West,
Yeah.
he loses first round matchups for one. Not only that, he does not go to 9 straight finals. Because
Yeah.
you're not gonna tell me he beats the Spurs, Nuggets, Jazz, Lakers,
I, I,
the Rockets,
that's fair.
the Warriors.
I'm
Who am
not
I
finna
forgetting?
turn. I'm not finna turn him into a superhero, but I
Not even
feel.
not even attempt. The year he went to
I'm,
no,
I'm
that
saying
was
I think the only fair adjustment is to put LeBron on a West team. Like
no. I'm talking about you take LeBron's
because
team.
if you take the Cavaliers, they too weak on the West. That's what I'm saying. It's pointless. I'm agreeing with you. You're not even gonna get a debate out of me. I feel like the Cavaliers are a sorry team. So if you
No,
put them on
I
the
don't want
West,
to hear that.
but I'm
I don't want
saying that
not
if
their sorry team,
I'm
but
not
at first it's LeBron greatness. So is it LeBron greatness or what?
That's all I'm talking about is LeBron greatness. I'm not finna give you credit and say that the Cavaliers are a good team. I don't feel like they're a good team. So I'm saying that
Okay, what about the Heat? You don't think the Heat was a good team when he
I
was on the Heat? Like seriously, you think the team with the number 1 record in the league wasn't a good team? I'm not saying every team on the East was bad. I'm saying it was probably only 2 good teams a year, and some years LeBron only had to play them in the finals, in the conference finals.
yeah yeah.
So what I'm telling you is those stats, those numbers that he's been putting up in the playoffs are only that imploded, only that like implied, and that it's that many numbers because of the competition.
I see. I mean, oh, hold on. I'm not finna pretend like I don't get what you're saying. But the thing is even if some of this goes to the fact that the man just never gets injured because any other player would have lost within 9 years, or they should have been injured. And he just would have been playing too many games in a season, in a season, for you to make it 9 straight times. So some of that isn't going to how good he is. Some of that goes to he must be indestructible because technically he shouldn't have went 9 years in a row. Wouldn't you agree? Somebody should have beat him, or he should have been injured.
If
Nine nine years
Carmelo
in a row. You
Anthony,
can't put nobody else to make it 9 years in a row. 9 seasons in a row.
if you switch LeBron for Carmelo on that Heat team, they still go to the finals 4 years in a row.
Okay. 4 years total. I wouldn't say in a row.
If you switch Carmelo on that Cavaliers team
Yeah, you
with
put Kevin.
Kyrie and
Yeah.
Kevin Love, they still go to 5 straight finals. They
Four.
still
It's
go
four.
in the East. In the East, they still go.
Yeah.
The only reason Melo didn't wasn't going to the finals in the
Wasn't he
East,
on the Knicks?
he was on the Knicks,
So why
and the
didn't
only
they
reason he
go?
wasn't going
Oh.
terrible coaching and terrible signings. They were signing old injured players that could not stay healthy. So look, when it came to playoff time, Melo didn't have nobody. Because think about it, it was a year the Knicks had the best record in the East. They had a better record than the Heat, remember? But when the playoff time came around, they lost because Melo did. Everybody was hurt. Stoudemire was hurt. Chandler was hurt. The whoever was his guard, like they just had a flurry of injuries, so it was just basically Melo. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand. I'm not saying LeBron is bad. What I'm saying is his numbers are skewed based on his level of competition. His finals wins are questionable based on the circumstances on a few of them. Lockout, bubble. You get what I'm saying?
All right. No, fair enough.
Tim
I still
Duncan
think they would have won in the
being
bubble.
a
I think
shell
they
of
still,
himself.
even if it the bubble, I think they still would have won.
Yeah, okay. Leo, this is what I was saying. I was saying 9 straight finals for LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
None,
rough. That's rough. You got to
no
go. You got to say Bill Russell is the only person got some stuff like that going on, right?
Okay. Give me one good team you won against.
Bill Russell.
No, give me no. Okay, give me one good team LeBron went against on that 9-year streak going to the finals that he didn't play in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm saying the Raptors was probably good.
I said that
The
he didn't
Bulls.
play.
The
That he
Bulls
didn't
were
play in
probably
the finals.
good. That he
That he
didn't play.
that he did not play in the Eastern
I
Conference
mean, it's the
Finals.
East, man. The East is
Okay.
stupidly. But Jamal, you trying to go tit for tat? I think if you would have put LeBron James on the West, that team would have been just as good on the West.
He did the
But
same
you
thing
don't
I
think
did. They did the same thing. You moved LeBron, not the
the
team,
Heat,
right?
the Heat, huh?
Leo, you
No, I'm
moved
saying,
LeBron, not the team,
Yeah, I
right?
move wherever LeBron James go.
I
That's
did the
gonna be a
same.
good team.
I said that
It's
too.
gonna be a
that's
good team.
not
It don't matter.
true.
It don't matter what team LeBron James
I
is
said that
on. They're
too.
gonna
I
be a
said that
good
too,
team.
Jamal. Yeah.
Okay, and I said that's not true on the simple fact of give me a team LeBron was on it that the team was not successful without 2 other superstars or 2 other all-stars.
Not successful. The only team he's not been successful, he's been hurt. So that's a team that he's not on.
Okay, we won't count that one. Okay,
But
teams he
other
didn't
than
have been
that,
on. Give me a team he
other
didn't
than
have an
that,
all-star. Give me a team he didn't have 2 all-stars. Give me a team that he
but
was
I'm saying,
successful on. He
but
didn't have two
Jamal, but
all.
listen to this though. Listen to this though. What you're saying in this league, you need at least 2 all-stars on the team for it to be a good team. You can't say that the Spurs don't have all-stars on them
Those
when they
guys were
was
all-stars.
no. Tim Duncan, all-star. Ginobili, all-star.
Nope,
Parker, all-star.
nope.
They had another also Michael Finley on the team and stuff like that.
And Kawhi
All-star.
Leonard too.
Michael
MVP.
Finley was old as dirt.
MVP, man. Oh my
Finals
goodness.
MVP. Twice.
You,
2-time Finals MVP.
I think the hate for LeBron is over trashing LeBron. You
No,
get
I'm
me?
saying his numbers are skewed based on his competition level.
But I'm saying though, you can't say that his numbers are skewed. LeBron James is making those numbers.
Yeah, Jamal,
Like
you constantly
ain't nobody else making LeBron James numbers.
Jamal, you constantly keep holding him accountable for the competition he runs into. He got no control over why the East is so
No,
sorry. So
I'm
why
not
do you keep
saying that.
holding it against him?
I'm saying y'all need to acknowledge he's not as great as you think
But
he
who's
is
saying? But
based on
who
his
we
numbers.
not saying that though. We not saying that. You arguing against the wrong people. Because I say LeBron James ain't as great as Michael Jordan. I say he ain't as great as Kobe Bryant. But for the simple fact, and listen to this, we arguing something that we discluding Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in there. You get me on that? So, like, I think LeBron James' new goal was not to beat Michael Jordan, but it's to beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right. So when he beats that record, that's going to hold a lot more weight for his greatness. And all we saying is he great. I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying he's great. Is what I'm getting at. Because look,
And if
I'm
you
not
put
I'm
Kobe
not
on
I'm
the
not hold on. I'm not like a
9 straight
LeBron
finals team,
James rider like other people. I'm just acknowledging LeBron James is good and he's gonna give you some spectacular stuff to look and watch.
And
Like
he
you see
shouldn't be this
LeBron,
good in year
And
700.
you're 1,795. That's the hard
That
thing.
holds some weight too, right, Jamal?
What?
Because Michael Jordan didn't do that. Kobe didn't do that.
He shouldn't be a top 5 player right now.
Even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't do that.
He shouldn't be a
You
top
get what I'm
5
saying?
player right now.
Didn't do what? I didn't hear you. They didn't do what?
Be as good as he is right now, and how long and how many games he's played.
I mean,
LeBron
it's
James.
When you got cupcakes for your 15 years out your career.
But you holding that cupcake against him. He wasn't cupcake when he went to the West and played and beat West teams. Like he beat
And
West
he was
teams.
old. And he was old when he did it.
But he didn't have to beat West teams in a 7-game series.
No, but he had to beat one of them. But he's going against the same competition. You get me? They just the stuff that other players had to get broken up for.
Let me debate this. Is he not always the best player on his team? So even when he went to the West and he was old, and if we say that the East is weak, so when he played in the bubble and he's playing the West, he must have been playing good teams, and he was the best player on his team. And he went to the finals, and he's definitely the reason they won the finals. And he was in year 16 or was it year 17? That's got to hold some weight. That should fix all these years that you trying to take 9 years from him. So give all 9 back of what he did in the bubble.
I'm about to look and see.
Look and see what? I just told you. You don't need to fact check me. I'm here.
Yeah,
he should have fixed
not
all them 9 years. He should have validated by winning in the bubble in years. I don't remember though, 16 or 17. I want to say it was year 7. That might have been. It might have been year 17 last year. So it might have been year 16. Winning in the bubble, being the best player on his team. It ain't like they let him get the Finals MVP like they was trying to do with Steph and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was trying to let Steph Curry get the Finals MVP. LeBron was the best player on his team in the Finals, year 16. And that what we're saying is, what other superstars like that? They good that late. Even now, he's a top 5 player. It may, saying if you really just look at the numbers, maybe not. I mean, but he's still, easily top 10. Probably is top 5.
Because games played. If you just count the games played, because he
been injured. Yeah.
Who did he play in the conference finals? The Rockets.
What, in the bubble?
Yeah.
He played the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets that kept 3-0 and reverse 3-0 and everybody. Now, by the time he ran into them, Jamal Murray was out of reverse 3-0s. He was wild. His legs were done, but still, that's the team. They played a solid team. And you know what? That Denver Nuggets team would have won last year if Jamal Murray didn't tear his ACL. There's no question about it. He would have got him a ring last year. And he beat that team. Nah, you about had to roll him out there in the wheelchair.
I'm still gonna say he ain't play nobody.
And look, and then the furthermore proof that we talked about teams in the East being sorry. Why did the dang Bucks get put out by the Heat? It makes no sense. It was bad too. It was 4-1. It was bad. They only won the game that Giannis got taken out because of the ankle.
Who do we?
That's
really
how sorry the Bucks are.
Who in the West do we really think was gonna be? The West ain't as strong as it ain't strong as it used to be.
You just made the East. We just made the East.
The West is not as strong as it used to
be. The West is strong, Jamal.
We making the. Hold on. Let me fix my.
The West is strong. The West got like 10 teams that are good. They got Golden State. They got the Clippers.
Oh, you saying
they got the Nuggets. They got. I'd probably be better off naming the sorry teams in the West. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna name the sorry teams in the West. You got Sacramento, the Kings. You got the New Orleans Pelicans. Oklahoma City.
What?
I'm naming the bad teams in the West. If you gonna call the Houston Rockets, The
No,
Houston Rockets.
no, let's talk about the good ones. Okay, give me a good team.
I give you the Nuggets.
Okay, give me their players that make them good.
Jokic. Jokic made that whole sorry cast good.
Okay, who else?
And I don't know who on their team right now, but they good.
Okay, give me another team.
Man, the Nuggets got Michael Porter Jr. They got Aaron Gordon.
All right. You got the Warriors is the number one team out there right now. Okay.
Mhm.
You have the
I
Suns. You have the
know the Warriors. I
Suns.
know the Warriors good. I know the Warriors
The
good.
Suns.
Okay, the Suns. Let's see how good the Suns is, and they got to go against a team where they ain't got their star player hurt.
Which man, they'd still be good. They would still be good.
Yeah, but Chris Paul did that with other teams, but they didn't win because they had to go against team that they star player on hurt. What I'm trying to say is the West not as strong as it was. The West has
The
not been
West
as
is
strong.
stronger. I
The
think the
year
West is stronger with LeBron on the West side.
the West is stronger than is the West stronger than the East?
Yes,
Yo, yo,
it's a ton stronger, man. Man,
yo.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
it's a
so.
ton.
I think
I
All right,
so
here
feel
we
too.
go.
like
I think Portland is good. I think the Jazz should be good. I don't know why they be
The
clowning.
Jazz is good.
I think the
You got the
Clippers are
Jazz. Hold on.
good.
Here's the standings right now. Golden State number 1, Phoenix Suns number 2, Utah Jazz number 3, Clippers are number 4, Dallas number 5, Denver number 6, Portland number 7, Lakers number 8, Memphis Grizzlies is a good team, and I can't say Minnesota is. Can't say that. So you got 9 good teams out there.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is the Spurs actually might be a good team since it's so early in the season. They actually might move up. If we're gonna go look at the East got the Bulls. They got the Nuggets. This hurts me to say this. The Wizards are the number 3 team.
Yeah. It's bad. The East bad.
Miami.
Yeah.
Hold on. This hurts even more than that.
It's
The doggone
bad.
Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Hold on. Number 6. When is Cleveland Cavaliers? They number 6 in the East. New York and
Hey,
Boston.
that's Leo. That's why I said it's Golden State year to win. It
And,
ain't
and,
no
and
team
listen
that
to
can
this.
beat
Listen
Golden
to this. The
State this
Bucks
year.
right now. The Bucks are just a little bit. They're a game above 500 right now. Okay, the Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers. So the good teams in the East ain't even good.
Yeah.
maybe the East is tougher this year.
It's hope. It's hope, but I think everybody in the league is just it's probably just too early. But everybody out there probably sorry, and that's why it's really looking like Golden State year to win
You
the
know what?
playoffs.
Looking at this conference, if because this is the crazy part, the bad teams are playing really good, and the bad teams
Yeah,
who are really good have the Lakers players on it.
yeah,
So the Bulls are good, and what is it? They got the Wizards good. Now I'm all for them trading Montrezl Harrell. I
yeah.
hated they had to let Kyle Kuzma go and the bald headed guy. Was it Caruso?
Yeah,
Hated to let him Caruso go.
yeah.
Yeah, the Houston Rockets so sorry right now. They lost 15 games right now. We should be saying what is going on with the Houston Rockets. They finally fired Luke Walton today.
Well, who was he coaching?
The Kings.
Oh, I like the Kings. Kings was hooping out there.
Yeah, and they had 6 wins. They got 6 wins.
Kings gave the Warriors a run for their money. They was out there hooping.